Hello everybody, and welcome back to some All the Mods 9 to the Sky. How you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I am. So, last episode we got together and I believe we took care of our Draconic Evolution stuff. I think that's what we did. I don't... The days are kind of blurring together here. I've had so much stuff going on. I'm pretty sure that's what we did. Yeah, because we made we got our suit. But anyways, since last episode, I have spent some time just trying to go through some of the quests that we don't that don't mean anything to us. Stuff that we're not going to use. A lot of like these basic storage quests. Don't need any of this. We're not doing the optional quest unless I have to. I've kind of reached a point where if we keep doing everything, we're going to be doing this pack for another 3 months, and I don't necessarily want to be doing that. Some other stuff I'd like to play, so I'm trying to take care of some of these quests as we go. I completed all the basic storage quests that we needed to do. I completed just the energy cell one on this one. That was it. And I think that is it. But talking about not spending all that time, I think there's a lot of stuff that we're just going to kind of bypass doing. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Because if we don't, we're going to, like I said, we're going to be doing this forever. Hunter's handgun, an ender bucket, ooh, an ender bag, trash can. Nope. Yeah, no. Is that? Oh, that's our sword. So stuff like silent gear, I could care less about doing. I doubt we'll do that. I may go through and do the quest in between when I've got nothing going on. Apotheosis stuff, there are some great things that you can do with apotheosis to make some killer swords and stuff. We don't have anything in this pack that we need to worry about as far as really killing like that. Our sword should take care of most everything that we need. Our staff of power. So that kind of stuff, I probably just bypass it. The Oreberries, that pickle tweaks, that productive bees, we're going to do what we need for bees, which is basically going to be just the draconic bee, because for the most part we have everything else already being made, and what I don't have being made I can have being made if I need it. So we're just going to kind of focus more along the lines, I don't know why that didn't, we're going to focus more along the lines of trying to just get the pack done. So, that being said, what are we doing today? We're up 750 billion. That's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on some more power. Because we're fixing to start using all of said power. We're going to be setting up some power reactors today. And then we're going to be getting into the next bit of this, which is going to be setting up our fissile fuel, at least, because we've and probably get the deuterium going, stuff like that. All this stuff is backed up. Everything is full. There is nothing. So we've got a lot of stuff that I need to get moving on. So let's get it started. Basically, like I said, we're going to do our power reactor. Nope, not that one. This one. It's just a 3x4x3 multi-block. We need 36 casings. They're just kind of a combination of stuff that we've already done. I probably need to make a recipe for uranite. But basically, nope, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to set up recipes for that, and we'll just make our way down through the list. So, let's do that. Alright, so we're ready to get this going, and it's not going to take very long to do. As you see, thus crafting everything with the essence is pretty quick. So there we go, blazing. Wait. There we go. That one. And then finally, easy enough. Now, what I do want to do is we are actually going to make that's from scratch. That didn't take long to make. We're going to make 3 of these. Because why not? We've got all the stuff to do it. So there we go. And while we're over here, I'm going to need... So our recipe for dry ice is going to be this guy here. This will probably be the best way to do it. We need blue ice, which we can get from packed ice. And the packed ice we can get from that. So we can throw that guy in there, and we can throw that guy in there, and we can throw this guy in here. We're not making a whole lot of those, so yeah, it won't matter. I'm going to need wait. Coal. We don't have a recipe for coal blocks. That's not what I wanted. This guy here, we've got a recipe for redstone blocks. Blank patterns. So this guy can go there. I'm going to need a bunch of our AE2 stuff. We're going to need acceleration cards. We're going to need some dense cables. We're going to need some smart cables. We are going to need our memory card. We're probably going to need a few P2Ps. And we're going to need some export buses. Lovely. All right. Now, to set these guys up, they're not really that hard to do. This looks like a good spot to just throw them up. Let's get some more kivy. That should be enough space. And oh, there is one other thing that I'm going to need. Beautiful. There's one. There's 2. I put that one too close. There we go. We're going to need some sinks. We'll go ahead and just make 3 of these. Actually, no. We don't need that. We won't need that. All right. So let's do this to each one of these. Not that much. Let's put our exporters on here. And then I'll do one of these, and then I will... we'll do the rest of them later. We're going to need... I do need 3 crafting cards. Will that go in? It will. Alright, so we want to give this dry ice. We want to give it coal blocks. We want to give it redstone blocks. We want to give it... I should have done this while I had that up there. We want to give it uranite. And we want to give it water. And that should fill all of this up. Now, wait a minute. Can I do... Copied. Oh, it does work. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. But that does make life a whole lot easier. Now all I got to do is hook all this stuff up. Oops. Oh, the super pickaxe is killing me. Let's... Don't think we're going to have to go any further out than this. So let's do that. I need this guy here. Set to that guy. And then that all should be good to go. And these things should be online. They should start filling up. Device offline. Why is it offline? No channels. Huh. Let's figure this out. I figured it out, and it was a stupid thing. I had the P2P facing the wrong way. So, but now these guys filling up. It's got the water in it. We've got the uranite in it. This we need to add a... I forgot about that. Dry ice. We need to add a whitelist. And now that should be going. And basically this will drop the temperature, causes this to make more power. This thing is generating, should generate close to 500k each. We just need to give it some flux points. And we'll be ready to go about our business. Not these guys. We need the plugs. One, two. I'm probably going to need more than that. Yeah. Because we're going to need 3 of these for that, and then 3 of those. And then we should be able to just hook these up anywhere. Do that. We'll set this to our power ball bypass limit. Bypass limit. Beautiful. And now these guys, they're making 470 RF a tick. And if we come over here, we're putting in 3 million RF a tick now. Should be more than enough for what we're going to need to do. Well, one of those were still, I guess, filled up. We're generating about 1.85 million FE a tick, way more than what we're going to need. So, but our next bit of business is going to be to get back into our mechanism stuff, if I can remember which buttons to hit here. So, we need to work towards our sulfuric acid, our hydrofluoric acid, which this right here is not bad. We just need to give a chemical dissolution chamber. Give it sulfuric acid, which we're already... Wait. What do we got over here? This is sulfur dioxide. We need to get from the sulfur dioxide... which we haven't done yet because we bypassed that part. So sulfur dioxide, we need, not that one, that's Chem Labs. I want, sulfuric acid. We need water vapor, which we get from deconcentrating water, easy enough. And we need sulfur trioxide, which is the sulfur dioxide and oxygen. Easy enough. Let's get that set up. All right, so we're back. We have got this going. So we'll start off. First off, I have added a couple of more of the chemical oxidizers for our sulfur dioxide. We were still not making enough. And then just to figure this out, we've got these crafters that we're using. I was going to have to add a third one. I figured I'd try it with a drawer to see if that would be any more of a help, just to get these guys going. So we're not making enough for what we've got going on, and we're barely scratching the surface of what we're making. We're just about even with it as far as what we're using and what we're making. But anyways, yeah, we've got that going. I've got I've got oxygen going in with export buses. That's keeping that full. That's all being made over here, and I think we are still, we're killing it on oxygen. So this is making the sulfur trioxide. Over here we've got rotary condensators making water vapor. These will fill up pretty quick. These machines, not that bad to use. And like I said, they're full. That's full. That last one is filling that up, so we're good there. And then we come over here. We've got 2 chemical infusers with sulfur trioxide and the water vapor making sulfuric acid, and this is backed up, which is good to see. So then we've got our sulfuric acid coming over here with fluorite. I've got the fluorite being pumped in the back with exporters. This is making the hydrofluoric acid, and we are gaining on that as well, which is always good. To hit the wrong button. Good to see. So we've got that. And then we come over here. I have got 3 enrichment chambers set up with uranium ingots. We are burning through uranium now. We're still on the plus side of it, though. This is running. I've got this set to just store so much, and probably too much. But we're making the yellow cake. You know what? This would work a whole lot better if I had that set up. So it was keeping up pretty much with just the one. So that's probably a bit of an overkill. Anyways, so we're making the yellow cake. And then we come back here. I've got the yellow cake uranium being put in here. This is making the uranium oxide. It's keeping all 4 of these full. These machines are expensive to run. Did I not have... So why is that not using... Oh, it's not those that's using a ton of power. These are cheap to run. It is these guys right here. These are using 1.6 thousand FE. These are using... Well, that's not using anything right now. Let's see here. These guys. All of them have calmed down. But they use like... I'm wanting to say it's like 100,000 FE. We were down to less than 1 million FE that we were generating. But anyways, so we've got the uranium oxide being made here, and if we come over here, this has got the hydrofluoric acid and the uranium oxide coming in here, and we are making at a profit the uranium hexafluoride, which if we come over here, we are making the fissile fuel at 128 millibuckets per tick, which is pretty good. We could probably speed it up even more. I've got 7 of the 8 upgrades in it, but I think that for now is good. We'll see where all of this winds up at when we get it caught up. So, but there we go. Fissile fuel made. It's actually pretty clean setup compared to some of them that I've done in the past. I've done this enough now that I'm getting pretty good at it. So, but as far as the rest of this goes, that's kind of where we're going to be a little bit shorter of a video today. We've got, this is still running, even though this isn't making anything. I still got to do that. We will work on the tritium and the deuterium probably next episode. Get that going. Do have quests to complete for our power quest. Just give us a bunch of XP and not much of anything, really. We got a starter solar panel. So, but for the time being, I think that's everything. We are done. So, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!